All right. Are you there, Laurie?
I am.
Yay, we've done it.
Hi. How's it going?
It's going good. I'm so happy to have you here.
Yeah. Happy to be here again. Second time on the show.
I know this is what the craziest thing is about this, right? You were the third guest on my show, okay?
Right.
And
Yeah.
now we're episode 30 and everything is going great.
That's amazing.
I know.
30 episodes. Holy crap.
I know, but it
Well done.
shows how much of a life I don't have anymore.
No, you've got more life now. All these people coming in and chatting to you.
Oh. Anyway, how have you been?
I've been okay, I've always sort of been one of those people that when life gets down, I remain optimistic. So, yeah, no, I could say I've been better. Everyone during this pandemic could say that too. So we're all in it together in one way or another.
Man, the pandemic put a lot of strain on so many industries.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
know what? It makes me a bit angry when people say, "Oh, 2020 is the shittest year" and all that. And I get it. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, it's only half done, and we've got to kind of like look to the future.
Yep, definitely. It's all about recovery, gaining back what we've lost and just on the path forward.
And
Yep.
that's one of the tweets that I saw you put up was around you trying to make more pathways for people and wanting to create your own kind of gaming thing. I
Yeah.
found that amazing. I just thought that was just so inspiring because like because that was your first job in the industry, correct? At the
Yes,
at
it
the place
was.
you
Yeah.
were. So
Yeah.
like, what made you want to go? Yeah, this is what I want to do now.
I guess the way that I sort of started playing video games, say on like normal mode, and then I just wanted more of a challenge, and then I got to the hardest difficulties. And then when I was at the hardest difficulty, I started to see more of like the systems within the game. And started to sort of read, how the game actually came to life behind the scenes. It started to really interest me, and my first role in game dev was community management, but I also became a producer, and I got to see, how these systems come to work together throughout the whole studio, the different departments. And now I'm just like, I just want to keep going up that ladder. And there's within New Zealand, at least, there's not that many female driven game studios. I have quite a good foot in the industry. I already know that, and I think I could, with my passion and drive, create something really wonderful that's needed. So it's not just about me and what I want, but it's also about inclusivity, diversity, and just a all round really awesome place to make games that
Yeah.
I want to make. So one day we'll see how it goes.
I'm a true believer of throwing. I do this all the time. I just throw things out to the universe and see what would happen.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what when you posted that, that's what I thought. I was like, that's Laurie just throwing it out there, just to
Yeah.
go, hey, this is what I'm down for. Who's with
Exactly.
me? And I was like, I'm with you. I was like, yo, let's go. But yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Thanks.
was that kind of like the was? Am I correct? Is that the kind of thing that you're into?
Yeah, I've always been an extremely authentic person, and it has served me well over the years. So that's sort of something that I want to stick with, is being transparent, and just trying to be, or aiming to, use my voice for people that don't or cannot use their voices for any sort of reason. So I like to speak on behalf of myself, but also other people. And yeah, so I do have high goals, but it is a process. I'm not naive as to like I can't do it tomorrow. I'm not there yet. My skills aren't there yet, but it's definitely where I want to end up. And not just for the industry to sort of try and mold it into where it should be, but also for my son because he needs some stability in his life, and it's sort of, yeah, it'd just be really good for my lifestyle as well.
What types of things are you kind of like sharpening? You like your tools for that
Yeah.
opportunity. What do you like? What do you need to kind of do?
I would like more experience inside a game studio. I definitely have a lot of learning there, but I'm one of those people. There may be some others look at, surface value, and I hate this, but it's also something I can use to my advantage. But people probably look at me and think, or hear my high pitched voice and think whatever they want. But me, like I'm always observing. I'm always critical of minute details, and I'm hyper aware of things that are going on. And that's something that, in my 10 months of being with A44, I've actually learned so much more than I could have ever even thought of.
Yeah.
So I sort of know the areas that I need to work on with more experience. I would like to get into more community management because I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun, but also the production side as well. So behind the scenes at home, what I can do is I can just look up YouTube videos, look up forums, and just do a lot of research on like the business aspects, and through other indie developers, and see what their journey was to create a studio.
Yeah. Is it is
Yeah,
is the bro up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll step away for 1 minute if that's
fine.
okay.
Don't
I'll
worry
be super
about
quick.
But yeah, it's very, very interesting stuff, right? Like in terms of like, because I don't know nothing about no game development at all. Like it's kind of a real kind of niche market, you know what I mean? But yeah. So Laurie's just gone to for those that are on the audio side, Laurie's just going to go and get her son sorted out. But yeah, yeah, but it's a real kind of like it's kind of like looking behind the curtain, if you know what I mean. Because man, we play all these games hardcore, and like it's all good for us to go, man, stuff this, that ending was shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like people are like, oh man, like let's think Mass Effect for example, and everyone was like, man, yo, they could have done a better job at that ending, and they did at the end of the day. But yo, the amount of man hours that goes into that, I shouldn't say man hours, but hours, and just it's crazy to think that yeah. So it's so true. But no, also Q's in the chat if you've got any questions for Lorie. The Q's are up, so if you've got some questions, we're good to go. All right, how's things? Everything all right?
Hopefully.
Okay. He's kind of like, come on, man. He's kind of like, come on, mum. Like,
yeah,
hey.
I'm used to it. Trust me.
So, in terms of like, have you noticed, in terms of your own, like you mentioned that a little bit around, like when people see you and you are who you are, and then they listen to you and they have the wrong kind of perspective.
Yeah. It's hard to describe. It's sort of like I guess I can come across maybe as I'm a little bit daft, or I don't know, like a silly blonde or something like that. Or maybe it's just the industry that looks at females as a whole, like, in those sort of ways where we're not as smart as we actually are, or something like that. So I definitely feel that as a woman in the industry. But yeah.
See, you're good. Like you can, take your time.
He's absolutely fine. It's just a matter of me stepping away. I apologize.
No, don't worry
I'm
about it.
so sorry.
No, being a dad, and I know exactly how that feels. Okay.
Yes. One second.
No problem.
Sorry, guys.
Yo, yeah, bring the little homie on the podcast. Oh, he's the man. He's just having a rock star moment. Exactly. He's just in there rocking out. Yeah. But that's a very interesting kind of notion, right? Is that females in the industry, not even in the gaming industry, just in tech, like like tech is. There's hardly any, and it sucks, man. And even at the school type of area, there's no push for it, and it sucks, man. Because not that kind of tech. Jeez. Hey, my man Nesian, 21 months, brother. Thank you so much. So if you have sorted that out, woman and get out of here, get out of here, fucker. Oh man, yeah. Shout outs to Niche and G. Far out this fella, man. Hey, I like how they're doing that with Twitter, with Twitch at the moment, eh? How it kind of puts that out. Is he all good?
Yeah. It's that age where you want to get them off the pacifier, but at the same time they're so attached to it. So what he did is he threw the pacifier, and then he's like, go get it for me.
Oh, he's playing the game.
Yes.
Nah, he's just trying to figure out gravity. That's what it is. Yeah. You know, he's like, I'm gonna just test this out. I'm really good. Oh.
Yep, he's testing my obedience, actually.
He's testing that line. He's like, I wonder if Mum will get this. I don't know. Let's see.
So talking about females in game development, there are a lot of barriers, and it was pretty daunting stepping into game dev from being a female content creator. I'm lucky that I haven't experienced a lot of I have experienced a lot of sexism in the industry, in the content creation side, but not as much as some other females. So I sort of stepped into game dev with this, just a little bit of like, oh, I wonder what it's going to be like on this side of it. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised, but within myself and within my own brain, there was still some sort of barriers that you get anxious or paranoid of how you are perceived as a female in the industry and that sort of thing.
Because it's quite like there's two types, right? There's the obvious shit, when someone's like, oh, why are we getting a female in here, blah, 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 blah. And then there's the subtle kind of like, oh, don't give her the extra jobs because, that kind of shit. Did you notice? Not you specifically, but like, is that a thing? Did you?
Yeah, I'm sure that? It is. Yeah, I mean, it's not just females. It's people of color, marginalized people as well. And it's not just the gaming industry. It's in a lot of different industries too. But yeah, so with my step into my sort of trail into opening my own studio one day, it's sort of something that I want to push for and create some change.
What kind of? I mean, let's say perfect scenario, Lori. And you got the funding, and you set up, everything's good to go. What type of games would you be really interested into kind of building?
So I see it as this sort of like, you got a starting point for, it's not going to be the same as where you want to end up, right? So in my mind, you have to start with something a little bit smaller, something a little bit that's not going to take a large team of people to make, or a large, many years to make. So for my first game that I want to make, I actually sat down for quite a few hours over the weekend and just wrote out like a bunch of systems and just visualizing everything. It was so amazing. I was like, what is coming out of my brain right now? But basically the kind of game that I want to start off with is a platformer.
Oh.
And that's really interesting because they're not my favorite type of game. But I have played quite a few in the past couple of years that have sort of like opened my mind into the vast, like different platformers that are out there. You've got your pixelated ones, or you've got your 3D sort of looking ones, or realistic sort of ones. And it's just this like large spectrum. So I visualize a pixelated platformer for me, but I'm not going to say anymore because I don't want to give it away.
Yeah, you don't want to give away you don't want to give away the cookies right now. Okay, you want to just
so I guess the next step for me is just to keep working on that and try and find a team that we can develop a prototype together, and then go from there.
All right, I'm going to pitch something to you. All right.
Okay.
All right. Pixels Adventure. Okay. There's a cat trying to get from America all the way over to New Zealand.
God. Yeah.
Okay.
I know that story well.
Gotta duck through all customs, Yep. You gotta do the whole shebang just to get home. Boom. Let's make a millie. Let's make a clean millie, Laurie, right now.
Yeah. I mean, that would be quite a heartbreaking story with a good ending. You know?
Yeah.
It would be like a separated from her mum, me, my cat, then going to the cat hotel and then catching like 3 different flights actually, and then the happy ending being reunited. But just to clarify, when I said pixelated, I meant pixelated. As in pixels, not my cat. Just to clarify.
Or here's another pitch. Okay, Laurie's license saga.
Oh God!
How did it go, man? You forgot that with flying colors, yo.
No, it wasn't flying colors. It really wasn't. Okay, so between you and me and the fence post, I did something that was an automatic disqualification, and the guy let me get away with it.
Oh. See, now that's discrimination, because if I would have done that, they would have just gone fail. But it was you, and that's fine, okay?
No, I mean, it wasn't really like that though. It was
yeah.
I was driving really well the entire time. It was just this one thing that I did, but I corrected myself, and he used his judgment, and
You didn't hit a fence post, did you?
No, I didn't hit anything. Okay. I didn't put anyone in danger or anything.
Because you said me, you, and the lamppost and the fence post, and I was like, wait a minute, what fence post are we talking about?
No, it was really good because after the drive, you know, I'm nervous because I've only driven like my family or my son. So driving with someone like a complete stranger talking and you know, him judging me and whatnot. Afterwards we sat in the car, and I imagine they do this with everyone. He like went over the parts and like asked me where I think I can improve, and he like drew, like he did this board that was like drawing and like telling me in like very minute details on just how to drive better and what to look out for and stuff. And I was like, wow, like I'd like to do more of these.
That's cool. You know, a lot of times those people are just, you know, it's just a job, you know, and they kind of like, just get it through. I've got actually one of my best friends is the guy that does like testing in Auckland, and he always tells me about like, you know, like the gray area between pass and fail, and that he's the only one that cares about that, because AA or whoever runs at the BTNZ are just like, nah, man, it's either black or white. So that's really cool. He did that. Yeah,
no, it was really good. But yeah, no, I'm a good driver. I'm very good.
Have you got a car yet? You getting one?
I'm getting one. Yeah. It's a 2015 Nissan Juke. And when I first saw this car, it was like love at first sight. Seriously, I was like, okay, what kind of car do I want? And I knew I wanted an SUV, so I went looking around, and I was like, oh my God, I have to have this. And I saw one in yellow. And it wasn't until like last week I put a down payment on it, and it's just perfect. I don't know if you know what Nissan Jukes look like, but they're a very like unique looking vehicle.
Yeah, I know what
they're not for everyone. But it was really interesting because they're massively popular in European countries, but in America they're not. Americans just don't like them.
Wow. Americans have got a different taste though.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, you know, like you over there for that. They just like big cars, eh?
Oh, their cars are huge. Fuck, like, I'm looking at like, what?
I went to LA one time, and I hired this little tiny like Prius, right?
Yeah.
And holy shit, man! Like every SUV possible was on the road, or like Ute that's like so massive, take us up the whole lane.
Oversized, yeah. Like their food.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's true. I could go on and on about their food, y'all. Their food is the fucking best.
Oh, it's so good. I miss it. I miss Five Guys.
Oh, Five Guys. Oh, yes.
Qdoba, that's it. I don't really like Chipotle. Chipotle is a bit meh, but I love Qdoba. Oh my God. It's like Sombrero if you've had Sombrero in New Zealand.
Yeah, I remember that one. Man, Five Guys, their burgers are so like heavy, eh? Like you pick it up, you know, it's so dense.
Yeah.
You pick it up, it's like a fucking weight, and you're like, holy shit, like what's going
Yeah.
on here? And
By
then,
the time you finish it, you feel like the weight.
yeah.
You're very heavy, and you're like, ugh. And then you start to feel a bit uncomfortable. I know I do. Whenever I'm finished like with a big fast food meal, I'm like, oh, it's time to lie down.
Yo, Laurie, I had a guest called Nella Scissor. Have you heard of this chick?
I have not. No.
Bro, she's like this tiny. She's a med student. She's training to be a doctor, right? She is number 9 in the world. She's from New Zealand. Number 9 in the world at competitive eating.
What?
Yo, I'll send you the video. Anyway,
Wow.
and
yeah.
And I'm seeing her on Sunday. I challenged her. I'm gonna get my ass whipped, but I challenged her to a pie eating competition. And yeah. Anyway, she's tiny.
How many pies are involved? I'm interested.
Oh, it's a speed run.
Oh,
Speed
so you're
run.
just gonna have like these different pies like lined up. Do you get to choose the filling?
I'll let. Oh, you know what? I'm a good guy. I'll let her do that. She could choose any one she wants. But yeah, because I do this web series called Bakery Run at the moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You tweeted the other day that you went into their bakery and people were like, "Hey, I've seen you," and you were playing on the TV, right?
No. I was only talking shit to Zen and Jay. I wasn't playing on TV. No, we went. There was episode 1. We've only done one episode, and I went in there.
Yeah.
It was this morning, and they were all friendly ass to me. And I was like, yo, they didn't hook me up though. That sucked. But anyway, these 2 other people came in. And they were like, "Hey man, we came here because felt like a fucking celebrity, Laurie." I did. I felt like the hood celebrity.
Really cool.
It was cool, man.
Yeah.
But we're going out to the shore and with Nella, and because man, she did like, I'll send you her YouTube channel. Her YouTube channel is fucking crazy. It's like she has like nearly like 500,000 subscribers, and like she just like eats. Obviously.
Yeah. You know what the kind of eating I don't like on YouTube though, and I've seen a bit of it, is that live fish, like octopus eating.
Ooh. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and they like, I don't, yeah, as some of you in the chat might know what I'm talking about, but I can't stand watching that. But they eat so much. It's got a specific name. I can't remember what the name is, but there's a name for it, for the kind of eating that it is.
No, it's not mukbang, eh?
Maybe it is.
Is it mukbang's the one where they have like a lot of stuff and they got to eat it? I don't know if that's
maybe that's it. But it's a seafood version. But
okay. But is everything still alive when they put it in their mouth?
Yeah. I ate it live, and I'm like, that's so sad.
Are you a big seafood? Do you like it? Do you like seafood?
No, I don't. That's probably another reason why. But no, I only eat marinated mussels, particularly in fritters. I love fritters. I eat whitebait fritters as well. That's sort of like my family meal, because a lot of my family's from Hokitika, and it has really nice whitebait down there.
You're from the East Coast though, Laurie. You know?
I'm from Napier, yeah, but most of my family's from the dirty South.
Man, I thought they're like, seafood is on demand on the East Coast. You know?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fisheries and whatnot, but
not your thing.
No, I'm just not into it. I love fishing. Like I go fishing, I catch fish. I just don't eat it.
Is this real fishing or Animal Crossing fishing?
Real fishing.
Are you still on the Animal Crossing buzz?
No, I jumped off a while ago. Yeah, it's sad. I like, every time I try to log in, I'm like, no, I'm so behind. Turn it off.
Do you get
confused? There's so much work to do.
I know. And then they added more. Like there's like a diving aspect now. And
I saw that they can swim now.
Oh my god!
I was like, really?
Still didn't work for me though. I was like, nah, I don't want to do cute chores. I don't get it, eh? Like I got it, and then I got it, and I was into it for like a month, maybe month and a half, and then I was just like, not really my thing.
Yeah, it's a lot of, I mean, it's got a very strong community, and it was my first time really diving deep into the game. I have a Nintendo 3DS, the extra large one, and I played a little bit of New Leaf on there, but not enough to even get into a house. So that was like just like the very beginnings of the game.
Oh yeah.
So then I got into this one and I upgraded my house a few times, and then I was just like, I can't be bothered anymore. But you see such amazing creations on YouTube or on Twitch streams, and I'm like, it's mind-boggling.
It's the same with The Sims. Like, I see people, I don't know how, man, they just make these amazing houses. Then I get in there and it looks like a fucking treehouse. Like, I can't make shit. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no, The Sims is great. I mean, it's been around for, God, it's such a long time now. And I think the cheat code is the same in every game, isn't it? To get all the money.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, what is it? Overload or something overload. I can't remember, but I used to cheat. But I don't cheat Animal Crossing when I did play it. I didn't fast forward time travel stuff.
Too much work, eh?
Yeah, I don't know. But so I'm actually The Last of Us 2. I know it's a very popular game right now. So I got sent a whole bunch. I've actually got it right here if you want to see.
I know we do want to see.
Yeah, I got sent a whole bunch of stuff from PlayStation, which was I didn't even know. I just got these sent, like these 2 massive boxes to my house. I was sent 2 on accident. One was for me, and one was in, I think, German or something. But so that was great. I actually never played the first game, but I watched a YouTuber called The Red Brad play through them many years ago. I think it came out 2013, so I must have watched it 2014.
I was a huge Xbox guy, right? And I was like, yeah. And then and then I finally got a PlayStation when Spider-Man came out, because I love Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, then everybody on stream was like, dude, you need to play The Last of Us. Because I played Walking Dead, and that shit fucked me up, like, real good.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite Telltale games for sure.
Just like the story, really the arc of it, and how it all goes through, right? And I was like, I nearly cried on stream, eh? Like,
yeah, I did.
Okay, well, okay, I did too. Okay, I had to turn my webcam off. I turned the webcam off because when Duck died, spoilers, that kid had a big head like my son.
Right.
He had a big oval type of a head, right? And I was like, that looks like my son. And then we had and then spoilers, he dies. And then you know, I was like, I turned my webcam off, and everybody's like, he's not crying. I came back, put a hearty face on, like, let's go, guys. Let's get back into this.
Yeah.
What a loser.
So what I've been doing the past few days before I start playing Last of Us 2 is I rewatched the videos by the Red Brad all over again, and it was really nice, like, to just re-jog your memory instead of either replaying it again or anything. So this will be my first time playing their game, so I don't know exactly how their mechanics work. I just have seen how they work, but but felt it. So I'm really looking forward to that, actually. Really looking forward to it.
Because I think, and then I played the first one probably, and it must have been like 3 months ago, and I was hooked. And I'm waiting for the buzz to die down, and then I'll jump into the second one. Yeah,
I think I saw HBO was making a TV series, right, on The Last of Us 2, and I think it was Nicholas, what's his face from Game of Thrones, that they've got.
He's got
playing
like
Joel.
You mean old Lannister cat?
Jamie
Lannister. Yeah.
Jamie Lannister.
I don't know by the names.
He's forever immortalized as Jamie Lannister. And then they've got another girl that actually looks like the character, which was amazing. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but I know who she is. And that looks really, really good. I'm all about zombie stuff. Like, I just love zombies. So.
Oh, I got a game for you, Laurie.
Oh, what is it?
There's a game coming out soon. It's called Dead Matter. Have you heard of it?
No. Is it? I think there was a YouTube video of like a bunch of horror thriller games coming out in 2020, 2021. I think it might have been on there, but I haven't seen it yet.
Laurie, you're gonna love this game. Okay, it's kind of like Rust. You know, you play Rust?
I haven't, but I know what it is.
You know what it is? Yeah, of course you do. You're fucking Laurie. You know all the fuck.
I don't.
Yes, you fucking do. You know this game, you don't. But it's like that mixed with like, it's like You know, you got to build your stuff. It's a first-person shooter, but it's like a bit of Tarkov here and there, and it's in alpha. So I'll send you the link. It's looking really good. It's like one of those ones where you got to go and hunt, like you got to scrounge for shit, and the whole world is just zombies everywhere. But it's, it's PvP.
Like, is it kind of like the State of Decay?
No.
State of Decay is sort of like a GTA sort of zombie.
Nah, this one's like some first-person Daisy type buzz.
Okay. Yeah.
But like it's PvP, but there's just zombies running around everywhere. And it's set in like Canada, so it's like snowing. No, anyway, I'll send you the link. I showed Charlotte the link of this, and she was like, "Fuck! Oh, we have to get on this." But it's closed. It's closed. Alpha is coming. The alpha's coming out. I have to. Yeah, I'm super keen.
Yeah. One of my favorite zombie games is Left 4 Dead 1 and Left 4 Dead 2, and I really wanted them to make a movie, and there was so many like fake fan movie things that they like put out there on YouTube and stuff. But yeah, so I'm like, oh, I hope one day there's still hope.
It's funny how many like games kind of copy that, Left 4 Dead. You know, like
that's exactly it. I believe that there's a feature in The Last of Us where Joel has like his senses, and you can like see the white outline of the whatever they're called, just call them zombies, infected.
Yeah.
Which is also in I can't remember which Left 4 Dead it's in, but it's a very similar feature that I saw, and I was like, I wonder if they got that from Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Left 4 Dead has so many different zombies. You've got your boomer, you've got your hunter, you've got the spitter. Depending what game you play, you've got the witch. You've got what's the one that has all the gas? Can't remember that one's name.
Gassy? No, I don't know. I just made up. Oh man, I think that one was called Gassy.
Yeah, but the Last of Us Part 1 has the bloater, which is like the only real. He's not that big, but he's bigger than the rest, and it's like the only one that really threatens you a lot, right?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of wondering what they're going to have in the second one. And you've got the tank. Oh my god, yeah, the tank.
Yeah, the tank. That's the one.
The tank, yeah.
Smoker.
Oh, yes, Smoker. Yeah, and the tank. And Charger. Yeah, see, that's all. They had so many.
I know. Man, there's I played this board game. It was called Zombicide, and it was pretty much like Left 4 Dead in a board game. It was the shit, yo.
That's cool. I want to get into more board games.
Yo, and it was like a 4-player co-op, like board game. So everybody's got to work together, and you kind of like XP. It's not like D&D. It's kind of like you roll the dice, and then that tells you how many times you can go through, and then like things make noise. It's really good, and there's like 6 different parts. Yeah, expensive game though. It was like $200, and I was like,
$200 for a board game?
Yeah, because they have like these real kind of like intricate little figures.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah,
it's pretty cool though.
Someone's like meticulously painted, or
those ones that are handcrafted.
Oh yes. Yep.
But so anyway, what else has been happening with you in terms of like you getting back into streaming full time again?
Yes. So from next week, I will be streaming Monday through Friday, different times of the day. And no, it's going to be really good. You know, I've always loved full-time streaming. It's always such a treat. It's so much fun. So I'm looking forward to getting back into that. But I do want to step into game development again, but I'm just going to give myself, you know, I'm not going to try rush around looking for another job. I'm just going to hang out with my community, take a few deep breaths, and then when I'm ready, get back into it again. Because, you know, in New Zealand, there's only very few studios to choose from. And, you know, there's some in Wellington and Auckland, Dunedin, Christchurch. So there is a possibility of relocating. So I do want to stay in Wellington for a little bit longer, just in case I do find a job in another city. So yeah, I think streaming fits in for right now. That's for sure.
Have you seen like in the last, let's say, 2 years? Have you seen have you witnessed this huge boom with streaming, like I
Yeah.
have. It's been crazy, eh?
It's nuts, and even within New Zealand and Australia too, it's really grown.
Mm.
You know, it's just so crazy thinking back when I started. Twitch was just so much different. You know, streaming on my PlayStation 4 and on the Twitch homepage, they had like the PC streamers featured, and then you had an area for for streams live from PlayStation and Xbox. They had like their own area on the front page, and that's actually what really helped me to grow my community through Destiny. Is just using the PlayStation camera and the one of these microphones. So yeah.
Yeah. Did you notice like in terms of that, like with Mixer kind of being out of the yeah, that was cool. What did you, when you first woke up and you saw that? What did you reckon? What did you think?
I was just like, what else is going to happen this year?
That's true.
This is honestly, that's what I thought. I was like, oh God, what's next? But I think a lot of people thought it was related to the racism stuff that was that Milan aired out. But as far as business goes, it's not really how it works. But it could have pushed them over the line to like finish the deal quickly, I suppose. But yeah, it's really scary, because so many streamers went from Twitch to Mixer believing that they could change the platform, adapt the platform, help it grow, only to have it all shafted in the end. And I almost joined Mixer at one stage when I moved back from America, and they were going to offer me a contract. I assume at the time it was going to be paid, not paid anywhere near as much as anyone else, but I said no in the end. And like looking back on that decision, I'm really glad that I said no,
Yeah.
And I do feel for the Twitch, for the Mixer people, having to choose between Facebook and Twitch and having to start all over again. That's pretty daunting.
It's really interesting to see the Facebook stuff, eh? Like, because when you think
I
about
don't know.
it, neither.
I don't see it happening.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I think like it's just, for me, I'm hardly on Facebook anymore because aunties and uncles and things like that are on there, and I don't want to. I want to keep this little area.
You're the.
Yeah. I don't want my old uncle
There's all
bringing
sorts
up
of
stuff.
laundry on Facebook. That's for sure. Yeah, I mean, I post every now and then on Facebook, but I post way more on Twitter, like than I do on any other social media. But yeah, to me, Facebook's always listening to what you're saying. I don't know. It's sometimes I'm even like, I thought this in my head, and now it's on an ad. I'm like, did I? It's only me and my son at home. I'm like, how does it know? Does it? Because I think what happens is anywhere where Facebook is
no, you're
connected
wrong,
to
Laurie.
a website, connected to a website you go on, and
wrong.
Facebook grabs that information and then puts it on.
Laurie, it's 5G. Okay, it's 5G. You know it's 5G.
Yeah.
Let's. Hey, I know you know some stuff. It's 5G. It's the 5G networks that are coming through the brain area, picking up the ideas and throwing them at you. And they're like, hey,
I'm just
you were thinking about a couch, weren't you? Here's some couches
it makes
on the
you
mobile.
uncomfortable, though, doesn't it? I'm not the only one. And you're just like, it feels like an intrusion, It's like if I want to search for, those little plants, I posted a Twitter image of a little like succulent plant hanging from a rearview mirror in a car.
Yep.
And now I'm seeing it everywhere I go, and I'm like, I'm like, if I want to search it again, I will. Like it's just like, oh, go away. I don't like it. I never buy anything through Facebook either, just to spite them. I'm like, no.
So I use it to get little bits and stuff for like furniture things for my classroom. And, and then like, it was like once, right? I was like, I'm just looking for a couch, right? And now every time there's a couch on, I get a notification, new couch. And I have never even like,
how many couches do you need?
I know, and I already put a couch in that shit. The worst is Wish though. Those motherfuckers.
I don't go on there.
Not
Yep.
not even if you're on there. They just they're in there, mate. I'm telling you, the world is. We need to get off this subject before the feds come after us. The feds are on to us, yo. Real talk.
Yep. Yep, I expect my phone to bring up couch ads now after we finish.
Couch. There we go. Oh man, because Amazon and Twitch are just the same though. We're just lucky we don't have. I don't know if we're lucky we don't have Amazon in New Zealand, but I would lap Amazon up so hard if it came to New Zealand.
Yeah, I mean it's difficult, because there's a shop called Amazon, right? Have you seen it? There's an actual shop, a surf shop called Amazon, and I would suspect that Amazon would have to buy them out to get the name. I think that's the reason why we don't have them here, is because they've probably said no.
I don't know, man. They probably lose the amount of money those guys have. They just like cough up, like just spit out like extra. Here you go. Here's $2 million, and then just spit it at them, and then all of a sudden they're there. I think it might, and correct me if I'm wrong. There might be some kind of tax that they're not keen on. I think that might be it. I think it's something.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not too bad. There's a lot of stuff that gets shipped from Australia or the US or even Europe. I mean, I think we're quite lucky. It just takes a while to get here.
Laurie, I've got some breaking news for you. You know Costco's coming to New Zealand?
No.
Are you a fan of Costco?
Costco, I don't know if I've been there, but it's sort of like Best Buy, isn't it?
No. It's like a supermarket with like just bulk stuff.
Oh, so it's like Toops,
What's Toops?
Like a Toops is probably like Costco. It's like a
wait, rewind that. What's Toops?
It's a place in Napier, okay, where you buy bulk groceries.
It's like Toops, Tim. You know Toops, eh? And I'm like, no, Laurie, I do not know anything about Toops. Is Toops sold like Gilmores? You know, have Gilmores?
I don't know Gilmores, no.
Wow, Gilmores needs to start getting on the East Coast. So it's like that.
Well, I don't live there anymore. Anyway, I'm in the huts.
Well, is the hut got Toops?
No.
There we go.
It's probably just one. There's probably just one Toops in the kitchen.
It's probably just Uncle Toops at the garage sale. Old Uncle Toops. Oh fuck. But anyway, so Costco is this huge thing. It's coming to New Zealand. It's getting built right now. I am so keen.
Okay. Yep.
You need to pay.
What are you going to buy? What are you so keen about? What is it?
Oh, you can get like 3 kg bags of M&Ms.
Oh wow, yeah.
Like those kind of things. You can get like, just one.
Everyone just wants one of those in their house.
And just, you just go past every day, just grab some more. But like they just have a lot of bulk things, and I cannot wait. And IKEA's coming to New Zealand, I think.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for that. Yeah. I actually love building furniture. I get really excited when all these boxes arrive, and I'm just like reading the instructions, and then I get really mad. I get really grumpy.
Yep.
Like if you're around me and I'm trying to build furniture, watch out, because I'm snappy.
You're out just getting the knives out of people's backs.
But then it comes together, and then it's like, yeah, I'm proud. Good job.
The worst is when you get the instructions and there's no words on it.
Yeah.
It's just like,
what is it with that?
That's not just me, that's a thing,
no.
right? Okay.
No. I mean, I don't think it's...
I think they just don't want to print out different languages, I think. That's probably what it is, right?
That's probably what it is.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of making furniture, to be honest. Yeah. My missus is. She loves it, but I'm just like, I'll buy it, but can you make it for me, please?
Yeah.
You make it. It'll be fun. And then I'll start, and then I'm just going to the bathroom.
It's not fun. Nah. It's an experience.
One time I didn't build it, but I put together a trampoline by myself.
A trampoline? How big was it?
It was just, your regular sized trampoline. And this is how it worked, right? My mum bought it for Christmas, and she waited for everybody to be around, everyone. And she goes, "Oh, Tim, you could put the trampoline up now." And I looked at her like, "F you, Mum. You know I don't want to put this
It's
trampoline
Christmas
up.
Day.
Yeah, but then like all my uncles and aunties were like, "Oh, good on you, Tim. Yeah. Put it up." And I was, fuck, man. I was pissed off.
Yeah.
And then I had to do it by myself. Nobody wanted to help me. Anyway. Oh, so
it's probably their Christmas Day entertainment.
Yeah, just seeing me rage out and yell at the kids. Go get me a spanner. Shit. Oh, so how is life in the hut anyway going?
It's good. Yeah, it'll be better once I get a car, so I can actually drive around and go on little treks and stuff here and there. It's actually, being in living in Hawke's Bay and growing up there, there's mountains and hills and stuff all around. So being in the hut, I kind of feel like, it's quite similar to home. There's lots of mountains and stuff nearby. So yeah, I want to get out and go on some trails around. Experience it a little more. I don't really want to move from this place because I'm actually really happy here. So no, it's good. I moving to new cities and stuff, you always have to sort of find little pieces and appreciate pieces of that city or that town. They really like pull you in. I haven't experienced moving somewhere yet where I'm not happy with the area I live, but I imagine it's a common thing.
Yeah, I mean, you moved down there for work, correct?
Yes.
So like that must be
Yeah,
like,
it is. It's a bit stink. Yeah, it is.
But hey, shit happens, and you're rolling with the punches and trying to make something, trying to make something into a positive, which is awesome.
Yeah, I've had my days. I was having anxiety and nausea a lot, actually. The past month, I've been dealing with that. And, I've had some really down days, but I'm still, I think it's important to allow yourself to go through these things and, get the help where you need it, of course. But there's always that something in the back of my mind that lets me know that I'll get through it. It'll be fine. Just work through it and you'll come out the other side better for it. And I'm really grateful. That's not something I've always had, but now it's like I know it's the truth because I've experienced it, time and time again. Yeah.
And it's like it just shows that you learn from experiences and gain just like in games, man. Like gamification of life happens all the time. You get some XP points from having to deal with some bullshit, and you just learn from it. And you don't. I mean, especially playing things on hard. I mean, shit.
Yeah, you should see me. I mean, I'm gonna be starting The Last of Us Part 2 on Survivor difficulty, which is the hardest. And I'm gonna be dying a lot at the beginning, like a lot. But then I get better, and then I die less and less. So it is definitely relatable.
That's life, like shit.
Except with the dying part, you can only die once in life.
We all die inside sometimes when we have a little bit of failure. We die inside, But failure, prepare. We've got to prepare for failure, and then we just move forwards, and that's what's so cool about it. And here's another thing I want to hit you up about. Like it's been really interesting for me doing this podcast, right? Because just like you, like I've figured out, fuck, I'm actually not too bad at this shit. You know what I'm saying?
You're great. You're a great host.
Well, thank you. But like when I had you first on, I had no fucking clue I was okay with this. I was just a bit, like we had nothing to do in lockdown. I was like, man, let's see if Laurie wants to have a chat. But now I'm like, good. So did you notice, like, because you've done some hosting in your time?
I have, yeah.
So, like, do you feel that might be another avenue that should be kind of like a lot of people don't kind of invest in?
For sure. Back in E3, I think it was 2016, before I got to go over there, I had introduced myself to one of my good friends called Jason Spiller. You know Jason Spiller? A lot of people do in New Zealand. And he rang me up and he's like, hey, so how would you like to go to E3 and host the Xbox ground floor stage and interview game developers? And I was like, hell yeah. But when I was there doing it, oh my gosh, my heart was like, I was meeting so many people that I looked up to. I interviewed like people from Konami, Bethesda, CD Projekt Red. Like I got to sit next to all these amazing people and talk to them off a whim. You know, there was no cards, there was no screen telling you what to say. It was all me, really. And it was such an experience, and I really did enjoy that. And you know, I think for Twitch streamers and content creators in general, being in the camera and talking to an audience quite a lot, you can definitely build upon that and go into hosting as well. So I think it is an avenue that more content creators should explore for sure.
Yeah, I think it's been really interesting. Like for me, because you know, people. I mean, with Twitch, you know, you kind of gain these skills of being able to talk all the time and to, you know, engage with people and
Yep.
and remember people and really build a community. And then I was like, you know what? That's actually what these TV presenters have to do. You know, not really build the community, I suppose a little bit, but really be able to keep a conversation going and have a good chat, have a good chitty chat. And
Yeah, exactly. It's there's a lot of communication skills in there and thinking on your feet as well. You know, you don't want to have like awkward awkward pauses and whatnot. I remember actually while I was hosting on that Xbox Hall stage, I had one of those awkward pauses because I had asked like all these questions and there was still some time left in the slot. And it was awful. It was I think Xbox had just introduced that customizing your controller with like all the different colors and whatnot. So we were talking about that, and I had a few awkward pauses there, and I was like, oh god, I was like, I hate this. And then like the guy in my ear was just like, okay, we're gonna cut it short. And I was like in my head, thank God, like get me out of here. This is awkward.
You want to talk about awkward? I got an awkward story for you. All right, I had John Campbell. All right.
Yeah, how did that go? I haven't seen that episode or heard the episode yet.
Well, it's up now, so I'll give it to you.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Now, man, we were texting each other. It was all good, you know. And then my chat, you know, peer pressured me into asking him a question about the Predator, okay? Now, I wouldn't...
The Predator?
Yeah.
Can you give context?
Yeah.
You mean the movie?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, no, did he answer the other... Oh,
No. He did not answer the other one. He knew exactly what I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
But it was like a bit of a risque one. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't even ask you this question because it was kind of like, boom. And then old big ego Timmy was like, you know what? Because it was going so well. And then I asked him this question and I sat there and there was a quiet that went down. And God bless his soul, okay? He just goes, Tim, fuck up. And I was like, damn, maybe I've messed this up.
Was it? I heard that he can be quite he swears and he
but that was the last question, and then I text him, thanks mate, how's it going? No answer since. No answer, Laurie. It's just like, hey man, thanks for coming on, you know, I really appreciate it. There's been no communication since.
Oh no, I'm sure it's fine.
It's
you know,
okay.
People like him are just super busy. But can you ask me the question? What was the question?
Laurie,
it's not Sunday.
Laurie, when I ask you this question, do not judge me, okay? Judge my chat. They made me say it. The question is this, okay? Oh fuck! I don't know.
What day is Father's Day?
No. It's hard because you're right in front of me, and I don't want to ask you this question because I can see your face, and your face is going to be like, ooh, you disgusting piece of shit, Tim. Everyone in the chat's like, don't do it. You know what? Fuck it. We're going to do it, okay? The Predator comes out, all right? It's the female Predator, okay? Imagine you're John Campbell, right? And this OG from Manidewa comes out and asks you this question. All right, the Predator jumps out, and I have to do the sound effect. All right, so that's comes out, and then telepathically it asks you this question. All right? And the question, fucking hell. The question is, John, I need my planet is going to die. We need you, John. And then he's quiet. He doesn't say a word, Laurie. And then he goes, and then I go, John, we need your seed. Fucking hell. We need your seed, John. We need your seed to help our planet grow. And then it's not finished. And then one of the dreads comes out and offers itself to you, John, would you save the planet? And there's a long pause, and then Tim, fuck up. Oh, I'm going to fucking hell, eh?
Bad question. That's
Thank
not
you.
a bad question.
Thank you, Laurie. You know,
Yeah.
thank you.
You don't need to thank me. I mean, you know, I love the Predator movies, and I love trying to like pretend, you know, what if that world were to come true? You know?
I love how you just took all of the dirty shit that I just said and just say, you know what, I actually love the Predator movies. The Predator movies are great. So anyway, Tim, what's the weather like down your way? Oh, shit, it was so bad. Anyway, I know you got to go soon, so we're going to get into these quick fires, and I promise
All right.
there's nothing about... Because I know for a fact, last time you were on, you bloody love... Hey, you bloody...
Oh, I said something real bad.
I know, but you bloody love this ones, and I know this, so I can't go into some other ones. So you've already answered some of these ones. All right, Laurie, what's your silliest fear?
Silliest fear.
Yeah.
I don't know if does it have to be silly? I don't really know. I'm not scared of many things.
Oof.
But I am scared of tidal waves. I guess that's a bit silly, isn't it?
No.
It's not realistically gonna happen.
Yeah.
But it happens in my dreams all the time.
Oh, speaking of dreams, do you believe in like there's some correlation between your dreams and real life?
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. What's the code? What do you think is like? Give us a dream, and we'll try and do one that you've had, and I'll try and because I do.
Yep. Yeah. So I have tidal wave dreams. You know, across the many years of my life, I've had them quite a lot, and basically, you know, the tidal wave is coming, and you're trying to figure out like, oh, you know, how am I going to escape it? Eventually, you can't escape, and it comes, and it washes over. And then I'm underwater for a while, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, you take a breath because you're breathing in your sleep. And I'm breathing underwater, and I'm like, it's the most unique feeling breathing underwater, you know, because I'm quite a lucid dreamer, and I remember my dreams in detail, and then I feel fine. I'm like, oh, like it's fine. And then I'll wake up like soon after. But what I take from that is, you know, when I do have these dreams, I'm quite overwhelmed in my life. You know, something big or something difficult is sort of washing and like coming into my life. But when I start to breathe under the water, it sort of lets me know that I believe I will be okay. You know, once it becomes calm, once it's over. So that's an example of, you know, one of my dreams.
Let me break that down for you, okay, Laurie? I'm an expert in this, okay?
Oh, okay.
The wave, fuck. Okay, the wave is the expectations of the world, okay? And you see that wave, and sometimes it's a bit like daunting, okay? And then all of a sudden you're under the water, all right, and you're breathing. That means, you know what? I'm okay. These expectations aren't going to fluster me. They're not going to take me down. Okay.
I like this. Sure. I'll take that.
All right, cool. You're lucky. Yeah, if it was anybody else, I would have just gone sex dream. That's a sex dream. I'd have been like, that's a sex dream. Boom.
Yeah.
But because it's you, okay, I'll take it serious.
That's
what it is.
It's something meaningful. Yes.
It is meaningful. Yeah. It is the expectations that you perceive.
I mean, it's the same. Can I tell you another dream that I have that's very similar?
I'll break it down too. Let's go.
It's pretty much the same thing. It's a zombie dream. So primarily, I think 28 days, 28 weeks later, zombies.
Yep.
Running crazy zombies, right?
Yep, the crazy ones.
So I know how to shoot guns in real life. Yep. I've grown up shooting a lot of guns, and
talked about that.
I've told this to my stream a lot. Anyway,
we did talk about your gun use in the first.
Episode, so in my dreams, I have these weapons, and shooting these zombies and whatnot, and some, you know, my gun will just break. You know, it'll just fall to pieces because dreams are weird. Yep. And so I'm like, okay, I got to find a melee weapon. So I run around and I'm trying to find anything, not like a specific axe or anything. I'm just like, I'm improvising. Like, what can I use? And I'll use something, and then I'll, like, you know, still survive and whatnot. And then if I do get overwhelmed by them, I end up like escaping somehow. Like, it's really like I don't die by something. And it's really weird. Like I've killed someone in my dream just to survive from a zombie outbreak.
Got it. I've got it. Zombies. Expectations. No, just repeat it. Zombies, expectations. The gun breaking, it's you knowing that no matter what, I can improvise. I can fix things up. Okay? Either that or a sex dream. I don't know which one it is. It's either one or the other. Now, you know what that is? Those zombies are Twitter. That's what it is. And your is like the normal, hey, I'm good. And then the improvisation is like, hey, get the fuck back. I'm ready to fucking smack the shit out of you. That's what it is.
Like it's crazy that stuff I get up to in my dreams.
They're very, I heard that it's like the opposite though. Like sometimes what you dream, it will be the opposite of what it is. That's that's a legit.
I'm in a reality zombie show. I'll be the first to die. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. You're telling me a lot right there. No. Anyway, man, we only asked one question. Jeez, come on.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, let's go.
What subjects do you think should be taught at school that aren't?
Taxes.
Yep.
You know, about owning businesses. You know, just some economics. I mean, you get taught economics in school, but it's like, what does this even mean? What does it pertain to? You know. So yeah, taxes. I would say different. You know, in your last year of school, at least in New Zealand, they'll teach you, you know, what sort of pathways, and they start, you know, making you think of university and stuff. But they need to talk about that way earlier than the final year of school. You know, I've always been a student that does well in the subjects that I've been passionate about, which was always like art, maths. I was really good at maths, and physical education. I was really good at those. So I know that there's like a very wide curriculum, and I feel like it needs to be a little bit more individualized to, you know, what these kids are actually talented at. You know, but I'm not a teacher. I don't really know much about it, but yeah, I really wish I had more guidance at school. Yeah.
I thought getting a learner's license might be one of them. But anyway, what's
I mean, I'm glad because I probably would have been stupid, you know, who knows what would have happened if I got my license that early.
It's true. Anyway, next question. What smell makes you the happiest?
Ooh, I would have to say lavender, something to do with lavender. Yeah, it's very, very calming. Because I have anxiety, and so lavender to me is just like a nice, like
reset type thing.
Yes, yeah. I love lavender.
You're the first person who hasn't said anything about food in that question.
Really?
Everybody's like lollies, baked, fried bread, all these things.
Pizza.
Man, they go hard out, but that's very, very introspective of you. That shows a lot of your character. That sometimes you need a bit of a reset.
Yeah, I mean, you know? With my recent hardships, I went out and bought like a $50 candle that smells like lavender and stuff. Just so I can smell it around the home, you know, and then make my environment a little bit more relaxed.
Did you hear about the Gwyneth Paltrow candle?
No, I didn't.
Okay, look it up because I don't want to repeat what it was. Okay, and this will be another John Campbell thing. And I don't want that. I mean,
she has that TV show, The Goop or something. I haven't watched it because I'm not really that way. So I'm just like, whatever.
You know what, Laurie? I think we're at a position in our friendship where I can say this to you, and you will go, okay. The candle is called "My Vagina Smells Like This," and it was
yuck.
But it didn't smell like that. It didn't.
I think we all have different scents.
No. But like, it had nothing to do with that. But she still sold it like that. And then all of a sudden, is that the name of it? It was the name of it, right? It was like.
So it's what? Yes, her vagina. Why?
I don't know, but she got a lot of flack for it. But it sold out. For 30 minutes in, it sold out. Some sick freaks. We're out here trying to. Anyway, moving on. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want to.
No, I like these questions weirdly. So let's
Okay.
go. What's next?
Here's another weird question then. Would you rather eat shit that I just started off like that.
That's
Would
a
you rather
great start.
Would you rather
No.
Would you rather eat shit that tasted like chocolate or eat chocolate that tasted like shit?
Chocolate that tasted like shit.
Yeah, or shit that tasted like chocolate.
No, because shit's shit.
No. It tastes like no. You see it come out the bum.
But it's still shit.
A dog shit, but it
chocolate
tastes like
that's
chocolate.
flavored like shit is not shit.
But then you buy a chocolate bar from Pack and Save and you eat it. It tastes like shit.
But it's not shit. Do you get what I mean? It hasn't.
Would you
it's
still
not
eat it?
Feces. Yeah, if I had to.
Okay, you don't have to. You don't have to, luckily. Okay.
Well, I don't. They would never sell. It would never go in the supermarket.
Okay. All right. The last question, because I know you got to head off. Okay.
That's fine.
Okay. Oh, okay. Then let's keep going. Let's keep going. Then.
I like these.
What's your favorite Disney princess?
Oof. I think her name's Tiana.
Oh yes, from
the Princess and the Frog. Yeah. It's a pity that she wasn't on screen like as herself for majority of the movie, but I really love that movie. So I'd say Princess Tiana. Yeah, her character's lovely. I just really like her.
Have you heard the story about that movie? Why it didn't do so well?
No, I don't think they advertised it very well, did they?
His little Uncle Timmy.
Am I gonna get disappointed? I think I am.
No, I think you'll be pleasantly kind of like, oh shit, I never knew that. All right, so that was getting produced, and that was the first time that the guys from Pixar came over, right?
Okay, yep.
So they came over, and the guy there was trying to tell them, I don't think because it was like in this gray period where you know, like it was the OG kind of Disney shit, and then it was going towards the, you know, like Moana and shit like that, like the 3D animated type thing, right? The guy comes over, Lassiter, I think his last name is, John Lasseter, and he goes, listen, how about we just scrap this whole thing and go hard? Like, let's just do it a new one. And then all the old heads were like, no, we're not. So he let them do their thing, right? And then they said, we're going to call it Princess and the Frog. Okay. And he goes, that's a dumb idea because boys aren't going to come and watch that movie because it's got princess in it. And then that's why it did so badly, because only one demographic was going to it. That's why they were going to call Tangled Rapunzel, and they changed that to Tangled. And now they never do any more movies that have the word prince or princess in it.
Moana's that's really interesting.
Full of facts. I read, man, I'll hook you up with the book, man. It was about like it's called Creativity Inc. It's around the Pixar and how they got created and stuff. Very interesting shit.
Definitely. I'd be interested in reading that.
Yeah, so that's why they did it. It was crazy, man. I was like,
that movie was really good. I think the villain in that movie is one of the best villains that they've ever had in a Disney movie. So yeah, it was great.
Are you a Marvel? You down with the Marvel game? Not really?
I enjoy watching superhero movies, but I'm not like obsessed with them like a lot of people are.
Yeah, I think Black Panther's villain is the best villain on any movie, period.
Oof, yeah.
He was good.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed those movies.
And last one, the devil comes, knocks on your door, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, Laurie, I need your help, Laurie. And then you're like, oh shit, it's the devil, fuck. You're like, no, Laurie, I don't need you at the moment. I need your brain. And then the devil says, listen, I need your music prowess. I need one song to loop in hell over and over to fuck everybody up. Every single soul is going to be so messed up by the song on loop. What is the song you're telling them? That's what we're doing.
Crazy Frog.
All right.
What's going on? Yeah, that would drive. They would drive immortals crazy.
Yeah, it's either that or Baby Shark. I'm not a big fan of Baby Shark anymore.
No, Baby Shark's okay.
On loop, though?
Okay. I mean, I was at Armageddon 2018.
Is this two
and they
cheap
had
cars?
baby- Yes.
Yeah.
And I survived that, so.
All right,
okay.
Laurie, this is so much more chiller than the other one, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
You're sort of gonna have that first one that like breaks
Yeah.
it in, you know.
I think me and you are ready for our own reality, like a a travel show. Okay.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's just go, and that's us, Laurie. We've got this. All right, cool. Anyway, you're going to go and stream now, so have a good stream.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Thanks for having me.
Oh man, we need to get you back every week. All right, we have the bands. But no, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. I appreciate your time too. And thank you so much for hosting me, and have a wonderful evening.
All right. And where can they find you, by the way?
You can find me at LoriiPops with 2 eyes on all social media.
Yeah. Yep. Are you on that TikTok yet?
I have a TikTok, but no, I deleted it because of all the spy and stuff. You haven't heard of it? You should research it.
I've heard of it. Come on, look at me. I look like the kind of guy that knows that kind of shit. Okay. It's that and the 5G and the Facebook, all that. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's get our tinfoil hats on.
All the conspiracies. Yep.
All right, Laurie. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks. Bye, guys.